There are places where people believe they have conquered nature. Texas is one of them. Cities continue to expand. Highways stretch across open grasslands. Quiet neighborhoods rise beside rivers, lakes, and forests. Every day, millions of people drive to work, take their children to school, go fishing, set up camp, or walk their dogs without ever stopping to think about what might be just beyond their line of sight. But nature never disappeared. It simply adapted. Beneath the calm surface of a neighborhood fishing pond, hidden among the tall grass along the roadside, deep inside the woods behind a quiet subdivision, or just a few steps beyond someone's backyard fence, some of Texas's most dangerous predators are still there, quietly living the way they always have, long before the first roads were ever built. Today, we're counting down 11 of the most dangerous animals living in Texas, many of them far closer to people than you might have ever imagined. This ranking is based on the number of human fatalities, the level of danger each animal poses, and how frequently people are likely to encounter them in places where they live, work, and explore. From animals most people assume exist only in remote wilderness, to predators quietly living alongside busy neighborhoods, every species on this list serves as a reminder that the line between civilization and the wild is far thinner than most of us realize. And by the time we reach number 1, you may discover that the most dangerous animal on this list isn't the rarest one. Quite the opposite. It may be the very animal that millions of Texans pass every single day without ever realizing it's there. So let's begin with number 11. Now, the countdown begins. Number 11, striped bark scorpion. No longer than the palm of your hand, usually a pale yellow or light tan, with 2 dark stripes running the length of its back. The striped bark scorpion hardly looks like one of Texas's most dangerous animals, but appearances can be deceiving. This is the most common scorpion in Texas, found everywhere from rocky hillsides and forests to suburban neighborhoods. Unlike many other scorpions, it is an excellent climber, often scaling brick walls, wooden fences, and even finding its way into attics and homes. During the day, it hides beneath loose tree bark, firewood, rocks, or cracks in old buildings. After sunset, it emerges to hunt insects under the cover of darkness. It doesn't hunt people. Nearly every sting happens by accident. Someone reaches into a pile of firewood, slides a foot into a boot left outside overnight, or picks up a rock without looking underneath. Its sting is rarely life-threatening, but victims often describe an immediate burning sensation followed by numbness, swelling, and intense pain that can last for hours or even days. For young children or people with allergic reactions, medical attention may be necessary. Every year, thousands of Texans are reminded that even the state's smallest hunters deserve respect. Number 10, black widow spider. Glossy black, barely larger than a marble, and marked with one of nature's most recognizable warning signs, a bright red hourglass beneath its abdomen. The female black widow spends most of her life hanging upside down inside an irregular web hidden in quiet, undisturbed places. Garages, woodpiles, garden sheds, storage boxes, even outdoor furniture that hasn't been moved for months. Unlike wandering spiders, the black widow is remarkably patient. It waits. Sometimes for hours, sometimes for days, feeling every vibration through its tangled web until an unsuspecting insect becomes trapped. Humans are never the intended prey. Almost every bite occurs because someone accidentally presses against the spider or reaches into its hiding place without seeing it. Its venom attacks the nervous system and is capable of causing severe muscle cramps, intense pain, nausea, and difficulty breathing. While modern medicine has made fatalities extremely rare, black widow bites still require immediate medical attention, particularly for children and older adults. The greatest danger isn't that the spider is aggressive, it's that it's almost invisible until it's too late. Number 9, Texas coral snake. Few reptiles in Texas are as striking as the coral snake. Bright rings of red, yellow, and black wrap around its slender body like warning lights. Unlike many harmless snakes that rely on camouflage, the coral snake almost seems to advertise its presence. Yet despite its colorful appearance, very few Texans ever see one. It spends most of its life hidden beneath leaf litter, fallen logs, loose soil, or thick vegetation, quietly searching for small snakes, lizards, and other reptiles. It is calm, secretive, and almost always chooses to escape rather than fight. But if it is cornered or handled, everything changes. The Texas coral snake carries one of the most powerful neurotoxic venoms of any snake in North America. Instead of destroying flesh, its venom attacks the nervous system. Early symptoms may appear mild, but without treatment, breathing muscles can gradually become paralyzed. Fortunately, bites are uncommon, and modern anti-venom has greatly improved survival. Its beauty is unforgettable. Its bite is something no one wants to experience. And as our countdown continues, the animals ahead become larger, more powerful, and far more likely to cross paths with people every single day. Now, the animals become much larger, and so does the danger. Number 8. Bull shark. Most people think sharks belong far out at sea. The bull shark never got that message. Thick-bodied, broad-headed, and built like a living battering ram, the bull shark is one of the most powerful predators in coastal waters. Unlike almost every other shark, it can survive in both saltwater and freshwater. That extraordinary ability allows it to leave the Gulf of Mexico and swim far inland through rivers, bays, and estuaries connected to the Texas coast. For swimmers and fishermen, that changes everything, because the water may look calm, even murky. Yet one of the ocean's top predators could already be beneath the surface. Bull sharks hunt by relying on short bursts of explosive speed. They don't need perfect visibility. In cloudy water, they use movement and vibration to locate prey before striking with tremendous force. Although shark attacks in Texas are uncommon, bull sharks are considered the species most likely to be involved whenever a serious attack occurs along the Gulf Coast. Most people will never encounter one, but those who do rarely have more than a few seconds to react. Number 7. American alligator. Long before Texas had highways, shopping malls, or lakeside neighborhoods, American alligators already ruled these waters. An adult male can grow well over 12 feet long and weigh hundreds of pounds. Beneath the water, it appears almost motionless. Only its eyes and nostrils remain above the surface. Waiting. Watching. An alligator can remain perfectly still for hours, conserving energy until the perfect opportunity appears. Then, in a fraction of a second, it explodes into motion. Despite their enormous size, alligators are surprisingly fast over short distances, both in water and on land. Most avoid humans whenever possible. But problems begin when people feed them. A wild alligator naturally fears humans. A fed alligator slowly loses that fear. That's when it may begin approaching docks, boat ramps, fishing spots, and even residential neighborhoods. Texas has recorded several serious alligator attacks over the years. Most could have been avoided by keeping a respectful distance. Because once an alligator decides to bite, its incredible jaw strength leaves very little room for escape. Number 6. Feral hog. If there is one animal almost every Texan knows, it's the feral hog. More than 2.5 million now roam the state, more than anywhere else in the United States. Originally descended from domestic pigs and wild boars brought centuries ago, they have spread into forests, ranches, farmland, river bottoms, and even the outskirts of growing cities. A large boar can weigh more than 300 pounds. Its shoulders are protected by a thick shield of muscle and scar tissue built from years of fighting. Its tusks never stop growing. With a single upward slash, they can tear through skin and muscle with frightening ease. Unlike deer, feral hogs don't always run away. When cornered, protecting piglets, or seriously wounded, they may charge directly at whatever they see as a threat. Hunters, ranchers, hikers, and even homeowners have all been attacked. While fatal attacks remain uncommon, severe injuries happen every year. Across Texas, feral hogs destroy crops worth millions of dollars annually. But the damage isn't limited to the land. When one decides to stand its ground, a human being can quickly become the next obstacle in its path. And from this point on, every animal remaining on our list has become responsible for some of the most serious encounters between wildlife and people anywhere in Texas. We've reached the top 5. From this point forward, every animal remaining has either caused life-threatening attacks or is involved in some of the deadliest wildlife-related incidents in Texas. Number 5. Africanized honeybee. At first, there's almost nothing to see, just a few bees circling in the air. Most people wouldn't think twice, but that's exactly how many attacks begin. Africanized honeybees look almost identical to ordinary honeybees. They collect nectar, build hives, pollinate flowers. From a distance, there's almost no way to tell them apart. The difference lies in how they defend their colony. While most honeybees attack only when absolutely necessary, Africanized honeybees respond with overwhelming force. A lawnmower passing too close to a hidden hive, someone trimming a tree, even loud vibrations near the nest, any of these can trigger an attack. And not from dozens of bees, but hundreds, sometimes even thousands. Once they identify a threat, they may chase it for hundreds of yards, continuing to sting long after other bees would have given up. For someone allergic to bee venom, only a few stings may become life-threatening. But even healthy adults have died after receiving hundreds of stings during a swarm attack. In Texas, emergency crews continue to respond to aggressive bee incidents every year. Because when thousands of insects attack together, size no longer matters. Number 4. Mountain lion. You will probably never see one. That doesn't mean it hasn't already seen you. Mountain lions are the largest wild cats still living in Texas. A fully grown male can weigh more than 150 pounds, leap over 15 feet in a single bound, and silently move through rough terrain without making a sound. Unlike wolves, they hunt alone. They rely on patience, stealth, and perfect timing. For hours, a mountain lion may quietly observe its surroundings before making a decision. If it chooses not to attack, you may never know it was there. Fortunately, attacks on people remain extremely rare, but when they happen, the consequences can be devastating. Wildlife officials believe increasing development near natural habitats has led to more sightings in parts of West Texas. Most encounters end peacefully. But experts agree on one thing. If a mountain lion sees you as prey, there are very few animals in North America more dangerous. Number 3. White-tailed deer. This may be the biggest surprise on our list. The white-tailed deer doesn't have venom. It doesn't have claws. It doesn't stalk people through the woods. In fact, it's one of the most recognizable and admired animals in Texas. So why is it ranked above mountain lions, alligators, and even sharks? Because every year, deer are involved in far more serious injuries and deaths than any of those animals. Across Texas, millions of deer roam forests, ranches, farmland, and increasingly, the edges of expanding cities. As roads cut through their habitat, dangerous encounters have become almost unavoidable. Most happen after sunset. A driver rounds a corner, a deer suddenly appears. There is no time to stop. At highway speeds, a collision with a fully grown deer can shatter a windshield, send a vehicle into oncoming traffic, or cause a deadly rollover. Every year, countless accidents leave families with life-changing injuries. Some never make it home. The deer never intended to hurt anyone, but danger isn't measured by intention, it's measured by consequences. And in Texas, few wild animals are linked to more tragic accidents than the white-tailed deer. Only 2 animals remain. And unlike the deer, both are fully capable of killing a person face to face. Only 2 animals remain. Both are venomous, both are masters of camouflage, and both have learned to survive in the same landscapes millions of Texans move through every single day. Number 2, Copperhead. At first glance, it looks almost invisible. Its body is covered in rich shades of copper, tan, and chestnut brown, broken by distinctive hourglass-shaped bands that blend perfectly with fallen leaves, dry grass, and the forest floor. Even experienced hikers have walked within a few feet of one without ever noticing. Unlike many snakes, the copperhead often relies on camouflage instead of fleeing. When danger approaches, It usually stays perfectly still, trusting that it cannot be seen. And surprisingly, most of the time it's right. Copperheads are among the most frequently encountered venomous snakes in Texas. They thrive in wooded neighborhoods, parks, hiking trails, creek beds, ranches, and even backyards where trees and brush provide shelter. Because they live so close to people, they are responsible for a large number of venomous snake bites every year. Fortunately, their venom is rarely fatal. But that doesn't mean it's harmless. A bite can cause immediate, overwhelming pain, severe swelling, tissue damage, and weeks of recovery. Many victims require emergency medical treatment. Others are left with lasting damage to muscles or skin. Wildlife experts often describe the copperhead as the snake Texans are most likely to encounter, not because it's searching for people, but because people unknowingly walk through its world every day. Number 1. Western diamondback rattlesnake. If one animal has become a symbol of the American Southwest, it's this one. Heavy-bodied, powerfully built, covered in bold diamond-shaped markings, and armed with a rattle that has warned generations of Texans to stop where they stand. The western diamondback rattlesnake is the largest venomous snake commonly found in Texas and the species responsible for more serious venomous snake bites than any other in the state. Its range stretches across deserts, rocky hills, open grasslands, ranches, riverbanks, and expanding suburban communities. That means millions of people share the same landscape with this predator every single day. Most never know it. Its camouflage is extraordinary, curled beside a hiking trail, hidden beneath dry brush, or resting quietly near a backyard fence. A western diamondback can disappear into its surroundings with astonishing ease. Many bites happen because someone never realized the snake was there until it was too late. Its famous rattle is not a threat, it's a final warning, a warning that should never be ignored. When forced to defend itself, the snake can strike in a fraction of a second, delivering a powerful dose of venom designed to immobilize prey. Without prompt treatment, the consequences can be life-threatening. Even with modern anti-venom, victims may face surgery, permanent tissue damage, or months of recovery. The western diamondback doesn't hunt people. In fact, it would rather be left alone. But no other dangerous wild animal in Texas combines such a wide distribution, such frequent encounters, and such devastating potential when those encounters go wrong. That's why it earns the #1 position on our list. Because in Texas, the line between civilization and the wild is often only a single step wide. Nature never disappeared. It simply learned to live beside us. And sometimes, the greatest danger isn't hiding deep inside the wilderness. It's waiting quietly, just beyond the next step.